What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Kaiza-Sama, and we are back with another DBZ Dokkan battle video. And with today's video, we are taking a look at the new Lr Agl Jiren that has now dropped finally on our global side. JP has had him for a good little minute now, and with the whole sync and everything with global and JP, I guess they were just waiting for this perfect time to drop him. So, they dropped him at this little moment where they also wanted to drop a Lr Gotenks. So they're really trying to entice people to, spend your money, spend your stones. I highly advise for people to kind of, stay away from these bait banners, that are in between big celebrations, because 10th anniversary, it is literally right around the corner. So if you can refrain from summoning, please do so. For content creators, we do it so that, if we can pull them, then we can get that showcase video out for you guys. So if, for certain people who have been able to pull them, they want to see how they operate, so, but for the other side, for the other half of the audience, is more so like, basically telling you guys in that video, like, hey, you don't need to necessarily summon for this guy. Because I really was going for Gotenks, to be completely honest with you guys, but the game ended up giving me, like, no joke, like 4 copies of Jiren, bro. Like, I was freaking hot, bro. I was pissed, bro. I was like, yo, there's no way I'm just getting 3 copies of, like, 3 to 4 copies of Jiren like this. That shit had me hot. But if you guys are new here, drop that like and sub for your boy. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you know when we drop new videos. Now let's get into these kits, and then we will get on to the gameplay. Now, for his leader skill, he is, of course, Universe 11, category key +4 in HP, attack and defense goes up by 200%, or Universe Survival Saga, category key +3 in HP, with the attack and defense going up by 200. Now, super attack, completed power, raises attack and defense for 1 turn. It causes colossal damage to the enemy. And his ultra super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. It causes mega colossal damage and then high chance of stunning the enemy. Then with his passive skill, now the burden of weakness. What in the world? That's why I hate viewing on my phone. Now, we'll take a look at his links after we get done with the passive skills. Now we have the burden of weakness falls upon you. Key goes up by 8, then the attack and defense goes up by 350%. He disables the attacked enemy's action once within a turn, once only for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. He then has damage reduction of 50% plus the additional attack and defense of 50% when attacking. He then has a great chance of performing a crit hit, plus a additional attack goes up by 100%, and then the additional damage reduction of 11% as the second or third attacker in a turn. So basically what that's telling you is that he is able to go in slot 1, but he's kind of built to be that slot 2 and slot 3 character for that additional damage reduction, because he's already getting that 50. So if you want to get it up to, 61%, then, that's what you have to do, is kind of consider him for like slot 2 and 3. But like I said, if just depending on what team you build, he is a viable character for slot 1, and you will see that, because for today's showcase, we aren't really going to be diving into a Universe 11 team for, the sake of the showcase. We're really showing them more so on a Universe Survival Saga team, because I feel like a lot more of the player base is kind of more surrounded in that area of like a all-around team that's based around UI Goku, Evolution Vegeta, maybe Android 17 and stuff. So that's what we're really going to be focusing on. Now for the standby, he does have a special standby mode that he goes into. He is not able to attack, but that also goes all the way on to the defensive side. The defense goes up by 350%. All allies key goes up by 3. He then gets the damage reduction of 50%, and with each key sphere obtained, he gets the additional damage reduction of 11%. So he basically stacks that on. I don't think that stacks on from the first transformation like his base form. But you do see that additional damage reduction right there. The additional defense goes up by 100% when receiving an attack. He randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, AGL excluded, to AGL key spheres. Then all allies attack goes up by 70%, self-excluded for 2 turns when the character is second or third in obtaining key spheres in a turn. Now, do you want to put him in slot 1 while he's in standby? That will be something that can be your own discretion. It literally just say you want to put him in second or third slot, but I feel like you can put him in slot 1 just depending on if you get locked up and whatnot. Now, when we get to his final form, we do have the super attacks changing. Crimson Barrage greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy. Then his Ultra Super Attack, Omega Heat Megatron or Magnetron, massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage, and stuns the enemy as well. Now we have the key going up by 11, attack and defense goes up by 400%. He has the damage reduction of 60% now. Then he has the additional damage reduction of 11% and foresees enemy super attack for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. He then gets the additional attack and defense for 111% when attacking. He great chance of performing a crit hit with each super attack performed, plus an additional chance of performing a critical hit plus an 11%. So he really has like a lot of damage reduction, a lot of crit built into him. If you want to go into that hidden potential build and try to like dictate what you should build him as, I would go for defense and dodge, really. Like max additional defense and dodge, that's what I would build this guy on, because he's already built in with the crit and like the additional supers and the additional attack and defense and whatnot. But he gets the additional attack of 50%, attacks guaranteed to hit and performs a critical hit when key is 24. Then he gets the additional attack of 50% with each super attack received. So yeah, I would say he's definitely a defensive character. You'll see in our showcase, though, that, his defensive stance and then the lockage, with some of these bosses, it can really dictate, different situations for everybody. So we'll pretty much see that, though, in the showcase. So let's go ahead and dive in. Here we are with our showcase, and we are hopping into the Beast GOHAN Blue Zone stage. So for this showcase, we're pretty much just going to focus on Jiren. For our friend unit, it really didn't matter. We could have brought a UI Goku, but I chose a Vegeta because we pretty much have a few UI Gokus on our team. Now, Jiren's links aren't going to be super high like the rest of our team is, so that is one thing that's going to just come off as like a realistic thing right there, because I know if people did pull for Jiren, I highly doubt, a lot of people just have him just fully stocked up at max lane level 10. So it is what it is for that part. As for our physical blue boys, I did want to go and add a little bit of dodge onto their kit, because I feel like from here on out they will need dodge, because I feel like there's just been too many situations where it's gotten like a little bit too sticky. So I was like, I'm kind of contemplating on, if I wanted to put, a full dodge mechanic equip on them, or a dodge mechanic that has a little bit of defense, spliced into it. Because I feel like defense, on the other hand, can be kind of helpful as well. Because if they can't pull that dodge off, then at least they have that additional defense. Not that it's going to make just the biggest difference in the world or anything like that, but you know, it will end up being something that actually does help us. So I did want to go ahead and put dodge on there. Now with these showcases, I do plan on showing this video is going to go out first, and then I'm going to put out another video, basically just putting out a showcase against the new UI Goku Blue Zone, and then I'll put out a video about the Goku and Frieza Blue Zone as well. So because like I said in my other video with Easy A Vegeta, the new Blue Zones have now dropped, so we're going to be hopping into those, like I said, right after these videos have been put out. Now, with this rotation, we do have Vegeta in the front, and then Jiren. This will be a situation where we'll just go ahead and put Jiren in slot 1, and Vegeta should be fine. Yeah, because pretty much Jiren, he's a defensive unit, kind of very similar to Vegeta. He can get, you know, mollywopped though, so I wouldn't put faith in him like I put faith in Vegeta for sure. But that all comes into how you actually build them too. You know, if you actually have a little bit of dodge built into them, and you know, you focus on the defensive aspects of his like build, then I feel like you should be fine. So what was that, 11 mil starting off? Okay. And now, so we've enabled him from attacking. Then we do have that damage reduction. Should be at 50% right now. I don't know if we've actually already procced 11%. Let me see. And then I know it should be in a standby for each key sphere that he actually obtains. He gets the additional damage reduction. Come on. Vegeta did decent. He's type disadvantage, so I really wasn't expecting too much out of Vegeta just now. How much would they do? 9 mil. Okay. Got 2 critical hits in with additional supers too, so I can't even argue about that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So they actually did pretty well. Okay, so this is pretty much the exact order that I'm going to keep them in, because if you know, Tech UI and STR UI, they basically have the same name. So when you put them next to each other, you aren't going to get the, you know, the full advantage of those links between them. So it is what it is. We pretty much, you know, took them down on this stage, I'm pretty sure. Starting over 10. Yes, sir. If he had that additional super, we would have just took him out right there. I gotta see when Tech UI, when he gets those additionals. But yeah, because I can't even remember all these kits just like off the back of my hand like that. I can remember certain things about some of these kits, but I can't memorize all of them. You got new kids coming out, then you got kids getting easy A's. Like, nah, bro, nah. So we can't put Jiren in his standby this turn. I'll go ahead and put him in slot 1 and have Goku next to Vegeta to suffice those links between them. But Jiren, he'll be just fine going to the standby. So now that we got that done, if my memory serves me right, his defense does go up by like 350% right now, and his what was it? His damage reduction goes up too. Let's see. Yeah, yes sir. Little dodge. Yeah, so even from the ultra supers, the supers, he's gonna tank all these being in a standby. It's very similar to STR Super Saiyan Gohan that dropped for worldwide next to Broly. He's very similar to that. But I would say he probably holds up better than that Super Saiyan Gohan, you know, especially in like a slot 1 situation. Even though, like I said, even though it says that he's built for, you know, slot 2 and 3, I would definitely say that you can throw him in slot 1 if the situation calls for it. Vegeta, yes sir. I'm not too sure if I should put like additional on my Vegeta or not, because I know some people probably have a evolution Vegeta out there that does a few more supers. But I feel like I'm more concerned with his defense. Come on. So for this, the next time we see my tech UI, we should be able to transform him. Got the additionals from them. They actually put out a pretty fine amount of damage. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love seeing Tech UI perform against like AGL bosses. It is so like satisfying just seeing their HP bar go down and then seeing them dodge. But there was one, was it Goku and Frieza? I think I was like attempting it, and Tech UI was just getting smacked like 3 times in a row. I was like, hey, yo, where's your dodge at, bro? But I do dive into these fights like pretty blind sometimes, so I probably need to stop doing that and at least see, you know, some of the gimmicks and, you know, some of the advantages that the bosses have over me, and you know, just stop assuming things. But you know, just for the fun purpose of it, you know, that's the whole like purpose of jumping into it blind. All right. This man is fully transformed now. So he has the new super attacks, the new ultra super attack. And like I said, his kit has changed up. His attack and defense has went up from 350 to 400. He has the guaranteed damage reduction of 60% now. So he gets the additionals with the additional damage reduction and the additional supers from the key spheres that he obtained. So he's pretty much set. And then once we get UI's domain up, we're definitely going to see him perform a lot better. But even without the domain, you see we started off with 25 mil, and that was pretty much from having these fire links between UI Goku. He pretty much has some of the best links when you put him next to UI Goku too. So it's pretty fire rotation. Tech UI, he should be able to transform by now. Excuse me. Yeah. Then we got Vegeta's, his active, so we will see that in action, but we'll go ahead and get the domain procced up, of course. And then, yeah. All right. Now we got that done. Now Vegeta's gonna do a lot more damage now since we have that domain up. But yeah, I went ahead and switched them back. Alright, so we got that 10 mil hit right there. He's type disadvantage, so I wasn't really expecting anything huge. You do have some good orb placement. Kinda got a little messed up with the tech. I could have got like one extra orb. But we'll have to settle for these 3. Yes, sir. This is the friend Vegeta too. I don't know if I call him my Vegeta or not, but that was my bad. But he's doing pretty good damage too. He's rainbowed, I believe. Yeah, he's rainbowed, and mine is rainbow too. His is probably just built just a tad bit different than mine, that's all. 17 mil. It's crazy. Because I know they can do, I've seen them get up to like 20, 25. Like they can do some crazy numbers if they get drawn out. You know, if they get pulled into like a drawn out fight, you'll start to see some crazy numbers from those guys. And Tech UI is just complete, just God level right now, boy. Come on. But this Beast Gohan boss, he's like one of the biggest bosses, you know, in Dokkan. Alongside Goku and Frieza, you know, Cell Max, he's definitely up there. All right, so we have Jiren back on this rotation, and I really want to finish it out with Jiren. So you have Goku in slot 1, but Jiren is locked in slot 2, so they're gonna be split up either way. This is just, you know, one of those situations that I was talking about, as far as, you know, what boss you go up against and how you can get locked up with certain slots, because it can be kind of like difficult. It can be a detriment to, you know, how things can link up and you know, the synergy and whatnot. But with all of them being Tournament of Power, that was like the whole reason like why I was still confident, you know, with them being, you know, on the same team. And that's why I'm not really fussing about using like a Universe 11 team setup just all the time with this Jiren. That's why I wanted to really tell people, you know, 32 million right there. So like he's gonna do good. He's gonna do really good on like a Universe Survival Saga team. So There he is, finishing out with 18. Let's go. Fire KO page. So with that being said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Jiren. It is close to 10th anniversary, so if people didn't pull for him, I completely understand. Just keep in mind, it is kind of just around the corner, so do not feel enticed that you like just need this guy in your box. All right, so with that being said, though, I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase. Let me know down in the comments what team you put him on, how you built him up, if you were able to pull him, and I will see you guys in the next Dokkan Battle video. Make sure you guys stay tuned, take care, and peace.